Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This part of the video related to the theoretical context of part B, how to handle the theoretical context according to technical marks and the professional skill marks as well. Number one, we have already decided that we will attempt that question with three parts: the B part with calculation, the B part with theory, and the A part of the theory. So this video about the B part theoretical context. Now come on. So what's the first thing? Whenever you are going to attempt the question, the very first thing is that plan your answer. Plan your answer. Without planning, don't attempt the question. It's my advice. Both. It's very important, huh? Okay. Number one, with respect to the plan, two things need to consider. Number one, time. Number two, marks. Total marks here 4 technical, but of course the 20% about the professional skill. So actually you are attempting the 5 marks. So according to the marks, 4 multiplied by 2.25 or approx 9 minutes you have. At least spend 2 minutes for plan, what to do, and 7 minutes to attack. Now, start. Marks management. Marks management means, think about it. How much to write for this 4 marks technical, indulging the professional skill marks as well as at least 3 relevant points to consider. 3 contexts to consider here. Number 2, sir, we need to plan over there. That's think about what to do. I mean, what the key points. First of all, we need to plan here. What the sketch of the context that we need to consider first, then write the answer based on that sketch. So yes, what to write? I strongly suggest for this part of the area, first, be careful that you have clearly read and understand the requirement. Here, examiner particular mention, comment on the answer obtained and the position of each company shareholder, including the means in your writing, in your draft, you need to comment whatever the facts you have derived with this calculation, and also with reference to the case, consider the shareholder perspective. So before writing or before planning, a very important thing that a quickly overview. If we consider the acquirer, so 9.27% return, cash offer, and the share offer 2.88%. So lower return with the 2.88%. With respect to the acquiry, the target company with a cash offer, 14.84% absolute return, cash share offer, that's 31.93, higher percentage, but based on valuation. So think about it, how to write the answer. Very first thing, that whatever we will write, we need to split our answer into 2 parts. Number 1, Ericsson shareholders perspective. Number 2, BRIC shareholder perspective. We have to make a separate headings for both. Number 1, I strongly suggest whenever you start your answer, start with facts. These are the facts. For example, if you start with the Ericsson shareholders or Aronson shareholders, so you have to write the thing, or you have to start that lower return with the cash offer or higher return, lower return with the share offer and higher return with the cash offer. Just start with the interpretation of the facts. Of the facts. Whatever you have done with the calculation. Number one. Then make a discussion according to each party related to cash offer. For example, about the cash offer, one plus point, one minus point. If we consider the first one with the acquirer, for example, with reference to the acquirer, Ericsson. So what the plus point for the cash? That's with respect to the cash, we will be able to get higher return. But for the cash offer, we immediately required the cash. Maybe we move towards the borrowing. So need to consider the financial risk. So one plus point, and when not the negative, the challenge that can be faced by, or that is a considerable point for the shareholders. Same for shares, one plus point, although there is no immediate need of the cash, but the return side is the lower here. Negative points or the challenge, dilution in the shareholdings. So number one, prepare your mind. I have to start the answer by splitting the answer with two paragraphs. And whenever we start with the any write-up, either the acquirer perspective or acquiring, start with the facts, numbers, then add on about the cash and share offers, one plus point, one minus point. That is the point. That is the structure that you need to make. Do remember, you have to write your answer according to the marks. You have only to write with respect to the 5 marks. With respect to the 5 marks, that's important, huh? 5 marks, that's the point. Including professional skill marks. Yes. So how to handle the professional skill marks? I will cover this point with this point. Professional skill marks. By the way, for the professional skill marks, you need to consider here the first point about analysis and evaluation. Sir, what analysis evaluation? One part of analysis and evaluation you have already done, that is about the calculation aspects. Second point, whatever the facts you will write here, that's a part of the analysis. Incorporate some skepticism point. For example, challenge the information about or the technique you use here, the PE ratio. So what about the commercial acumen? That is about the practicality of the answer. I will discuss this point, especially with respect to the part A. Let us start here. Now, what is the answer? This is what the answer is, one by one. Split in 2 parts, 2 paragraphs. That is the point here. One by one. Here, what I mentioned here, number one, always start with the facts, whatever you have done. But incorporate some add-on points. For example, here, you mention the Anderson means acquirer shareholder make a smaller percentage gain that the BRICS shareholder under both offers, which is common in the acquisition though. Start with the facts. Either cash, either shares. Elections having here getting the lower return as compared to BRICS. Then add on some practical point. A large premium usually be offered to target company shareholder as an incentive to encourage them to sell their shares. This is what the point, not in the question, but you have to demonstrate your point. And this is what the point about commercial acumen. something you add on as an illustration. So start your fix, number one. Number two, one by one. For example, this cash offer is preferable. Why? Because of higher return, high percentage. Try to incorporate the name of the company time by time. That's the first point. But with this cash offer, you need to add one more thing. A cash offer will need more funding, and maybe possible that unnecessary company need to borrow money. So this will result high gearing and interest commitments. So start with facts, add-ons with illustration, one plus point, one minus point of the cash. But on the other hand, if not for the shares, go for the, also not for the cash, go for the shares. Here gives a very low percentage. That's a drawback. But the plus point, here, or that we are not delivering the cash here. But another one more negative point, that dilute the shareholding as well. Dilute the shareholding, the drawbacks. On the other hand, share exchange is available. There, no gearing, no interest commitment, but percentage is lower. Dilution of shareholding also exists. So maybe this is unattractive. So what the comment here? For both points, one plus point and one the drawbacks, the challenge. Acquirer perspective here. Sir, what about the PSM here? That is point analysis and evaluation. Sir, what analysis and evaluation here? What analysis? Actually, you are incorporating the facts within the question. That's the point. I will discuss more on about this. Further, what about the other shareholder? The other one, the acquiree. Once again, start with facts. The BRICS company shareholder have a smaller percentage in gain under cash. Smaller percentage as compared to share. And shares have higher. And also lower average market premium 20%. Okay, this one, very important. That's mentioned in the case. If cash offer is only 14.84%, that is lower than the premium offer, the average market. That's why not attractive. Where the share offer is more attractive with a premium of 39.93. Facts. Always start, this is the comment, always start with the facts. You have concluded whatever you have concluded with the calculation. Plus, demonstrate your knowledge. Here, demonstration of the knowledge, facts in the question. That was commercial acumen. Whenever you are illustrating some facts in the question or outside the question, but relevant to the question, it's commercial acumen. As well as here, we are incorporating the theoretical data from the question. That's automatically analysis and evaluation. Okay, but the cash offer is unacceptable. Okay, but have preferable than the shares because this is transparent. Transparent means it's clear, absolute. Shareholder knows that what is inside this. One plus, one minus challenge as well. Moreover, share exchange offer is most attractive, but because the percentage is 31.83% or 93, but this is not guarantee that synergy will be achieved. Here, actually, you criticize the estimation, you criticize the professional skill, you criticize the information inside the question or the valuation method you used. That is called skepticism here. That is the point, the skepticism. That's the point. Okay. But once the point of shareholders from both sides, then you need to make final comments. Do remember here, not the conclusion, here just the comments and with viewpoint of both shareholders. So, preference of BRICS company shareholder, preference of BRICS company shareholders, that's a inquiry, target company, whether to take cash and cut their ties with the company completely, or take the shares in the combined company. That is the very important. If accept the cash, that means they are preferring to exit the company. Or if their preference that no continuation with the company, then move for the shareholder accepting the shares, remains the shareholder of the large company. So that is the point need to consider. That's very important. Here the requirement about comment, not to decide. Verbs are important. And final point, the end statement must involve both parties. Here the BRICS, what BRICS will consider? It what the relevant point for BRICS? The relevant point is this: either they wanted to discontinue with the setup except for cash, or continue with the shareholdings, although not the majority, but continue with the some contracts, then except for shares. Finally, what about the acquirer? Acquirer, because without acquirer shareholder consent, the complete offer it's not under importance. There's no importance about it. Perhaps that's maybe to deal with all these issues, to present package will appeal to shareholder of an Aronson company, should offer a choice of cash or share as part of the acquisition offer. Maybe after consideration these two absolute two extreme points, cash, exactly the cash, exactly the shares, maybe the Aronson acquirer shareholder consider the combination of cash and shares. So that is the point you have mentioned here with your commercial acumen point illustration of the example. So here examiner mentioned that credit will be given for the alternate relevant discussions. So that is how you will deal the theoretical context. At last, you have to spend one last 5 to 10 seconds. Whatever I have planned, I've done all the things according to the requirement. Yes, it's cover. We have already done with respect to the technical points, also indulging the professional skill marks here. So that is what the part of this theoretical area. Thank you very much and wait for the next part of the last video of this question. Thank you. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.